Brodes Media.
It's fucking unbelievable that he addressed center field the way that he did. The objective was to do exactly what you did with Duran, but do it with a stick. And I don't want to hear for a second that Brodes are overreacting and they did improve. Is he not better than Rojas? Oh, my God. If you think being better than Rojas is the goal, then go get a tattoo on your right ass cheek that says 2025 champions. Go down Broad Street and show everybody that new tattoo. Go ahead. Whoop-de-damn-do. You did better than Rojas. Are you sick? The goal was to help separate you from the crew. Do you actually feel better about the chances, or do you feel the same? Because if you feel the same, then you didn't do enough. And yes, that is a byproduct of the Padres putting their foot on the gas and the New York Mets getting some pretty reliable arms in their bullpen. They did damn well in their pen, too. Cedric Mullins, not so much. I think Bader's a better player. But ultimately, I needed to get a feeling from the front office that they were serious about this. They did another half-ass. Now, this half-ass felt bigger than other half-asses, but it's still in the category of a half-ass. We heard from Jim Salisbury, 2 days ago when he was on with the WIP morning show, and he said he spoke to some veterans and they would not be happy if they don't seriously go after something here. Well, if you could connect them all to a lie detector test and you get the truth, this good enough for you? I don't think they're saying yes. Maybe with the pen, but the full body of work, not just one individual addition. Full body of work. And how Duran was the first move with the whole 24 hours to go. To me, that says we're open for business. And here's what else I don't want to hear is, well, if Kwan didn't get moved, or if Luis Robert didn't get moved, if these guys didn't get moved, then there's nothing Dave Dombrowski could have done. Abso-fucking-lutely he could have. You make them available. Do you think Mason Miller was absolutely 1,000% available? Or did the Padres put something in their face that they had to accept? Now, I don't want you to be stupid and just be blindly throwing crap at the wall like nothing matters, but this is a simple way of viewing it. Dave Dombrowski is probably not going to add enough to the table originally. The other team is going to come back with way too much on the table. Your job as a general manager or president of baseball ops is this. Find that gray area in between both parties and then figure out a way to make that player available accordingly. What's Aiden Miller doing that you can't move this kid? He's 21, not 19, 21, hitting 220 in double-A. Dude, the way they talk about this kid, he is the next Derek Jeter. Promise you he's not. And I'm getting this message from multiple baseball fans. You asked what prospects actually hit Brodes. They matter. Look at J.P. Crawford. J.P. Crawford is a nice player. But if you're telling me your franchise can't survive moving off of a J.P. Crawford early, then your organization is not well ran. Or, ran well. Yikes, been a long day. And truth be told, I'm on day 2 of feeling the difference between having one kid and 2 kids. The overstimulated, want to bang your head against the wall because it's just chaos. No, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I wouldn't trade it for the world. But There's a lot going on here. And then you top it off with Dave Dombrowski. I don't do anything, Dave Dombrowski. I suck, Dave Dombrowski. I should be fired. Fired. If I don't make it to the NLCS, Dave Dombrowski. You throw this into it all, too, and now it's holy hell. The hell is going on? Harrison Bader. And they don't even know what they're going to do with Justin Crawford yet either. What was the big quote that we got? It is media availability. This one will make you shit yourself. He says this. Dave Dombrowski says he believes Justin Crawford is ready to play at the major league level, but he needs to play. And Dave says he is not sure they have the capability to have him play full time at this point. If he can't beat out Johan Rojas, if he can't beat out Max Kepler, if he can't beat out any of these guys that we throw out there every day, then he's not major league ready, because that's the bottom of the nothingness. They don't even deserve to be here, and he can't beat out them. And he's hitting 320-something in AAA. When is it going to be time for him to outperform those guys? Because this is what I'm believing. I'm believing Dave doesn't think he's ready yet. And he's probably right, because the dude can't hit a ball that's not a ground ball. He can't drive the baseball. I'm starting to wonder if he even has value around the league the way the Phillies value him, because... I mean, if he was that sexy of a prospect, then you'd be hearing the Guardians ask for Justin Crawford and not only be about Andrew Painter. But it's all about Andrew Painter. So, oh man, so many layers here. I would be willing to part ways with Andrew Painter if you're getting a proven talent back. I could understand if he's your one untouchable. But then find a way with Aiden Miller. Aiden Miller and Justin Crawford, and these guys are so highly coveted, we can't move off this guy. Then why can't you get serious offers back in return for him? I don't get it. It's just not adding up to me. The math isn't mathing. So I think Dave realizes he's just not good enough. And that's not really going to project into Major League Baseball, the ground balls, no matter what his batting average. There's a big jump between AAA and Major League. And, oh, by the way, we're talking postseason Major League Baseball, where you're getting the best of the best. You're getting some of these cats that the New York Mets picked up on. I was actually thinking, I know what my show is going to be if they end up flopping and failing, which is expected, before the NLCS. Another NLDS series loss, he's got to go. Obviously, a wild card loss, got to go. Dave Dombrowski must be fired if they do not get to at least the NLCS. We'll see if it's a Game 5 NLDS that's wild and insane, and you were right there with the team that, makes a World Series appearance, and we'll get to that bridge whenever we have to cross it. Until that happens, I'll keep it vanilla and basic. NLDS wildcard, you losing those 2 rounds? Gone. Done. Franchise-changing moment. And that's why this was a big deadline for Dave. Because he needs to operate under the idea of, I am doing this for my job. But then again, he's always been 1 foot out and 1 foot in with this group because of everything he was trying to build in Nashville. So he never really had both of his feet in the way he did in previous destinations of his career. And that's why we're seeing the difference in urgency. You guys want to hear Dave? All right. Here's Dave Dombrowski speaking about Harrison Bader. Oh, man, they're trying to find a spot for him. If you can't find a spot for it, not find a spot. If it's not so fucking obvious that your addition at the deadline isn't plugged and then you figure out the other people, he automatically gets full-time. He automatically gets his name right into the lineup card every day. That answers my question on how does Bryce, how does Nick, how does JT, how do these guys feel? Hey, he answered the question by telling us that mathematically they still have to figure out how to make this equation work and how to add these pieces together. Then you didn't do enough for them. You didn't do enough for the veterans. You didn't do enough for this clubhouse. You didn't do enough. Because it shouldn't even be talkable. Here's Dave Dombrowski on Harrison Bader.
Be Topper's decision, of course. He's going to play a lot. The lineup will be Topper's decision, of course. We're happy to get him. He's played well this year, offensively and defensively. He's hit the ball with some pop. We think he helps us. I'm not sure which way he's going to go on a regular basis, if he's going to play every single day or not, but that'll be when you'll have to let Topper. We're just very happy to have him. Think that he's a good addition for us from both perspectives, offensively and defensively. He's done it, and he's been doing it this year, so we think he can continue to do it. And it's not like he is hitting 400 and then continues to go forward there. He's been just producing on a regular basis. I think the type of player he is, he's been a good player for years, really, but this year's a little bit better from an offensive perspective by all means. We just think that he's played well and he can continue to do so.
All right, so I don't think Harrison Bader is a bad player. I don't. I think he's a Major League Baseball player who has now danced around a bit, but he is dancing around for a reason. There is something there that intrigues guys, and, you know, he's got some edge, and he does have a decent OPS in the postseason, and I know there's been some discussion about his splits, and because he's got some weird reverse splits, it's interesting to think about them wanting to platoon him, because it's not as if he does a phenomenal job with left-handed pitching, let's say, but he is a major leaguer. The idea was to take a bigger swing. Go get Kwan. Kwan would make this nasty at the top of the order. It's not my traditional way of maybe building it, but if you put Kwan at leadoff, 27 years old, been an all-star twice, and he's got some team control. What upsets me is they're worried about Aiden Miller in 5 or 6 years more than they think about consuming a 27-year-old two-time All-Star who is someone that you can't just look at the box score and the batting average and think that tells the story of how Kwan plays. Kwan is annoying. Kwan is a pest, and I've had my fair share of ripping into Trey Turner, not loving that contract. But when he plays his best baseball offensively, you see how that drives other teams crazy. He's getting a single, taking off for second. He's getting a double. He's constantly moving. Now you're passing it off to Kyle and Bryce. Well, what if you had two versions of Trey's offense at the top? Now Kyle can bat clean up, Bryce bats third, and it just adds another element. And I don't know if that element is automatically writing you into a World Series, of course, but it makes you better and puts you in the best possible chance to go after it. Puts you in a better chance. They didn't put themselves in a good enough chance category for me. They didn't. Regardless of what Vegas odds say, they're not accounting for what we know. This is why on paper, the Phillies should be doing better. The Phillies should be producing more. They should be getting more out of Stott, or they should be getting more out of Nick. Or people who watch the team on a day-to-day basis and sees it with clear eyeballs, it was a miscalculation by Dave when assembling this team, and their name value doesn't pop as much as their actual on-field production. I'm not talking Bryce and Kyle, but the collective group in totality. You can talk all you want. Well, they have this guy, that guy. They should be able to do this. They can, but they can't. They can't. Forget what they should. They can't. And they needed to add some more juice to that to give them a better opportunity. Instead, Harrison Bader,